Hello and welcome back to Max ERP Authority for another video. This one's going to be on connecting your Max data to Excel. So we're going to cover that today. We're going to go over how to make the connection. It's pretty simple and pretty quick, and you'll be able to use this to pull in Max data to work with Excel. Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do is to open up Excel. And even prior to that, if you already have and are using the Crystal report viewer in Max, that's in the System Manager, and you use that to run your custom Crystal reports. So I'll log in here real quick just to show you. But from your activity menu, you go to Report Viewer, and then in the Report Viewer, you can execute your reports. Now, if IT has given you Windows authentication to the Max database, you're not required to enter in your username or password because it's going to use your Windows credentials. But if you don't have that and you're using the old school, report, or what have you, then you would use that instead. So hopefully you got the Windows authentication. It's been made easier. So reason I'm bringing that up is because you may be prompted for credentials when you're making this connection, and there may be a checkbox there for you to save the password into the query. And you're going to want to do that because if you're creating a chart or any other kind of table or list or any other kind of development you'll do in Excel, you're going to want to refresh that from time to time because it just takes a snapshot, and then you're going to want to be able to go and just refresh it and not have to enter in the credentials all the time. So getting back to it then, so getting back to actually connecting to the data source, pretty straightforward in Excel. You can see up here there's a menu item called Data. Just click on that right there. Then go over to this item right here, Get Data. There's all kinds of others here, but you need to click on this one and then go to From Database and then select SQL Server Database because that's what Max is on. Okay, so once you're in there, it'll ask you for the server name and it'll ask you for the database. If you know the database, if you know that data, just go ahead and type that in there. If you don't know the SQL Server name, then it's more than likely the name of your Mac server. So this is my local PC here, so there's my computer name. So I can just grab that, bring it over here, put it in, and then type in my database name, which is exact Max Sam. Just like that, and then click OK, and it'll immediately make the connection, and it'll give me a list of all the objects that are in the Max database. So you can bring in multiple tables if you want to. So if you check that, you can click them off here. So it'll give you checkboxes to do that. See that? So you can bring in multiple at the same time. Or if you just want to go for one, these are all views, which are tables that are developed out of other tables. They're different relations. And then you have the standard Max tables down here towards the bottom. And we can just go through here. You can see invoice master in detail. We're going to go straight over to the part master just to pick an easy one here. Part master. And then you don't need to do any transformation unless you want to, but you can do some special querying in here as you're bringing it in. If you want to transform the information before it gets into Excel. Otherwise, just go ahead and click Load, and that'll actually bring in the table. And really, that's all there is to it. Once you have that, you can save this workbook. And then if you want to refresh the data, this is the initial import into Excel, but it's just a single import. Max is dynamic, and so these columns are changing as people do their work through the system. And so in order to make sure that you have correct information in your reports, you have to make sure that you refresh it. So you can do a refresh there, and it reloads all the rows. Okay, well, that's all there is to it. Quick lesson on that. There's a lot more that can be done with Excel and Macs, but this is just a quick video to show you how to get the connection done. And there you go. Bye now.